Well, first practice in the books after the Bengals' first preseason game, a 7-point loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. But Skinny seemed a lot more than that until that late comeback. The first team offense, they were rolling in their 2 drives. Defense struggled against Philly's backups.
Yeah, I mean, that looked like a carbon copy of the 2024 defense. I mean, they couldn't stop the run. They got gashed for big running plays. They couldn't stop key pass plays. And this wasn't Jalen Hurts or Saquon Barkley or Devontae Smith or A.J. Brown. It was Tanner McKee and Will Shipley, for goodness sakes. So that was disappointing. I didn't need it to be perfect. I didn't need it to be a 3 and out, but I don't think we needed it to look that ugly. But hey, that's preseason game number 1. Maybe some good teaching points. Hopefully that's exactly what it was. And let's not forget, I'm not trying to soft shoe this, but you could see it, and we'll get to today's practice in a second. Cam Tiller-Britt makes a difference in the secondary. Dax Hill makes a difference in the secondary. Trey Hendrickson will make a difference on that defensive line. B.J. Hill makes a difference in the interior. Again, not excuses because Philadelphia didn't play its starters, but those guys do make a difference for this team, and I think they certainly missed them for sure. But listen, you got what you wanted out of the offense, right? You got 2 easy, good drives. I think they had to convert 1 third down. They did have to overcome the penalty on Lucas Patrick, and Lucas Patrick didn't play great. He was okay, but I asked Zach that today of the evaluation of both guards, and he said, well, they were in for the 2 touchdown drives, and that's true. Joe didn't get sacked, and I think that was the part of it too. I think if you just said Joe Burrow was going to throw 10 passes, you'd have probably held your breath as a fan going, how many is he going to get hit on? Well, he didn't get hit on any. He had to roll out on 1, roll away from pressure on 1, but, I mean, he looked sharp. The back shoulder throw to Chase was ridiculous. Then Chase taking the out route against the blitz. And I think, you know, Joe talked, I think the last time he talked to us a couple weeks ago about wanting to play in the preseason and why, of wanting to feel the pressure, wanting to know what that internal clock is really like, because you don't get that at practice. You know you're not going to get hit. You know you've maybe even got an extra second to go, not going to get hit, now I'll throw the ball. Here, you had a free runner coming at him as a blitzer. He had to know when to get rid of it, who the hot receiver was, where the hot route was, perfect throw, then Chase does the rest. I think you got exactly what you wanted out of the offense in that first thing. Maybe a little cleaner play from the right guard spot, but all in all, again, 2 touchdown drives are 2 touchdown drives.
And on the defensive side, Zach Taylor said after the game that they didn't really show everything there, so there's more to put in there. You didn't see the defense that we're going to see there. Then you brought up the players as well. We did have an injury in that game. Geno Stone, he didn't practice today. Talk about that after practice.
Yeah, and he probably won't play in Washington, doesn't sound like. After practice, he said he thinks it's not going to be anything long-term, and I guess that's the good thing to it, because that safety room can get awful thin in a hurry. I mean, you know, Geno Stone and Jordan Battle are both coming off of not very good seasons, and they're your starters. Behind them are Dejon Anthony, who's played 11 defensive snaps in his career. Tyson Anderson, who's played none. And then a guy we're going to talk about here in a second, P.J. Jules, hasn't played any either. And so suddenly you get awfully thin, awfully quick in that safety room. I think we've talked about this on earlier podcasts. I know I've talked about it throughout the offseason. I was stunned after the draft and after the wave of free agency that next wave, when you go, okay, where's the holes on our roster, that they didn't go get a veteran safety to add to the mix. That still surprises me. I hope it doesn't come back to haunt them, because you saw right away, even in today's practice, you rolled 3 safeties through at that other starting spot opposite Jordan Battle to maybe see what you got.
And you brought up the name P.J. Jules. That's an important one because he was the play of the day, player of the day, if you could. I mean, his interception that he had during practice was unbelievable. What did you see out of him today?
Yeah, I mean, that diving interception, and then all of a sudden, the next time he's out on the field, it's with the ones. You know, I don't know if that was damning of Tyson Anderson and Dejon Anthony, that they were looking for somebody else, or he just earned that because of the interception and the way he played. And, you know, sometimes this league, as we know, it's opportunity. I mean, Mike Hilton, when he was in Pittsburgh, didn't play very much early in his career. He was a practice squad guy. Suddenly, Mike Hilton becomes a key cog of a Super Bowl defense in Cincinnati. And so sometimes it's just a matter of opportunity. And P.J. Jules had his opportunity today with a few more snaps, got some snaps with the first team guys, performed at a very nice level for him. And so sometimes just out of necessity, you find those players, right? And that's kind of what this league is all about. Take advantage of your opportunities.
Mid-afternoon practice, a hot one. We saw guys needing to be treated for that heat. Noah Fant, one of them.
Yeah, Noah Fant, and listen, he's not gone through a heated practice like this, right? I mean, he just got signed a week ago, a couple of light practices in which he didn't do a lot of team stuff. Well, all of a sudden you see him on the side today, got the cool towel around his neck, getting fluids in, he overheated. He did go back in, actually, and caught a touchdown pass during a late session of practice, so that was good to see that. But yeah, the heat got to Noah Fant just a little bit today.
All right, the Bengals will continue practice over here at training camp tomorrow. Then a week from Monday, they're in Washington taking on the Commanders for that second preseason game where we're expected to see the starters play even more than they did in the first one.